What's going on, folks? Elisha here. On my way home from work on this Tuesday evening here in what is now cool evening SoCal as we are entering the winter months here across the rest of the country. Been super busy lately with work and everything, even on the weekends. Just with life stuff. I haven't really had a chance to do a vlog lately. But vlogging is kind of my therapy. It's one of the things they say about dealing with mental illness is that you should keep a journal. So my vlog is kind of my journal. But it's been I gotta say, it's been a pretty rough week this week, mental health wise. My father, who's in his mid-70s, is, in the hospital currently. He had a stroke, and he also had internal bleeding. And unfortunately, he's not letting them giving him a colonoscopy, which he's 24 years old or due for. So unfortunately, my younger sister Rachel, shout out to Rachel, who has been back there. Just by chance, in Michigan, kind of because of the pandemic, has been having to deal with my dad's health problems and trying to get him situated and on a good regimen and try to keep him around alive. But unfortunately, Dad, I love you, Dad, but he's being a butthole in the hospital, and has been I knew he was going to do it at the last minute. Getting this colonoscopy, he was going to be yeah, but then when it came down to doing it, he was like, no. But everybody's got to get it, Dad. That's how it is in 2020. Every man's got to get the colonoscopy sooner or later. That's all there is to it. I got to get mine here in the next couple years here coming up. Going to the 40s, Lord willing. But that's the reality of modern times. Is you gotta get your colonoscopy. That's what happens when you turn 40. You get a colonoscopy. But I don't know why people are so worried, because they put you out. They give you the propofol like Michael Jackson and night, and then they do their business and you don't even know what's going on. You won't even know it happened. You Bill Cosby supporters, you guys should be fine. But it's got to happen. So, don't be, get yourself ready as you go through your years and get older. Bad stuff's going to happen to your health. And unfortunately, they try to go on my dad's other end. They went in the top end and they couldn't find the problem. So if they can't find the problem in your top end, they got to go on your bottom end. And that's all there is to it. With modern medicine, do we all wish that they had another way to find out what stuff is going on your bottom end? Yeah. But the reality is they don't got one yet. We all wish they had. Doctors had Star Trek tricorders that could just remotely detect what ails you. Through sensors. But unfortunately, the sensors we got in our modern time, they got to put them in you. And there's only so many ways that they can put them in you. They can go through the top or they can go through the bottom. That's just how it goes. So that's been very stressful dealing with. I know my sister Rachel was really stressed out about it. But unfortunately in America, it's very hard to make people get medical treatment that they don't want. So hopefully we can be able to convince him by tomorrow to get this most likely life-saving colonoscopy, because chances are if he goes home and tries to go back to living, he's probably just going to die. Which is why he was in the hospital in the first place. It's just real complicated because, my sister can't see him, because of the pandemic, and we understand because we are from a first responder medical family, so we understand the reasons. But it's just very frustrating, especially since my dad is having trouble communicating, and we think he's having trouble understanding things as well, and that he needs someone there with him that can help him communicate and understand what has happened to him with the stroke and the internal bleeding, and why he has to get a colonoscopy because his ass waited 24 years to get one. So, he should have been getting them, and then he'd have been used to them by now. That's kind of thing, guys. Like, I know it's one of those things that we've only just started talking about as a society, as men, is getting old colonoscopy. You gotta get it. Look what happened to Chadwick Boseman. Like, you might even want to try to, it's hard to get one if you are under 40, covered by your insurance. So, look what happened to Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman, he probably would have been saved if a colonoscopy was just a standard procedure that men got, even under 40. Could have caught his cancer before it was, lethal. And, it's just one of those things that, our dad, he's up there, and he's abused his body, and, when you're 70s, mid-70s, stuff start breaking down, especially for men. So, wish my dad well, want him to get better, but you need to get whatever procedure they need to do, you need to get, because, he was telling me about our uncle, Leon. He didn't want to he refused treatment, and he died. And he was upset about it, and now here he is, refusing treatment, and could possibly die by doing so. It's like, dude, you gotta get this procedure done, man. It's not rocket science. Then we got the, work got the triple corporate move, which is still ongoing. And, luckily it'll be over by this weekend, at least the actual moving part of it, which is the most stressful part. So work has just been crazy. And that's, on top of, all of our regular stuff. And we got new systems we got to learn. We got more, global type systems where we're trying to get everybody in different locations on the same page and same setup. And, consolidate our operations to make the company more, efficient and cost effective, and also do what we do better. So, I kind of enjoy that. It's challenging, but it's also learning. Like I said, I think in previous videos, get to learn new stuff, new things. So, gonna go home, first I'm gonna stop and get me a beer. I already got my dinner at the house. I had fast food earlier today, so I'm just gonna probably eat some baby carrots or something for dinner. Not really that hungry, but I'm gonna get me a little beer, and I'm gonna watch this Tower of God anime I've been watching. I was looking up Tower of Babel, and of course an anime popped up. So I guess the manga was actually written by a Korean guy, a Korean artist, and they made a Japanese anime of his work, which actually, it's basically like a fight contest anime, like so many of them are. But it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good so far. So I've really been enjoying Tower of God. Got some cool designs and some pretty powerful, badass characters fighting with each other. And some other weird. They have some weird, humorous ones too, which are hilarious. Like there's this one guy who's like, throughout the whole thing, he's been asleep the whole time. Like literally, he just goes around in a sleeping bag, sleeping like every time. So that's been kind of hilarious. It's been pretty good so far. So gonna go watch me an episode of that. I got a copy. I got Soul Calibur 6 on Steam, so I've been playing that. It's my favorite fighting game ever, personally. So I've been learning that. It's fun to play. Still got the online component, so if you really want to get your butt kicked, you can play online. I like the character creation, so that's just how I'm gonna unwind tonight. You know, like I said, it's been pretty stressful with Pop's condition. You know, I was able to talk to him at least, and you know, he's kind of, I guess, out of the woods, but they got to finish finding out what's wrong with him, which he's, of course, you know, being combative. So, shout out to Rachel, shout out to Dad, love you guys. Dad, get the procedure. You gotta get it. Everybody gets it these days. Colonoscopy is standard operating practice. You've been doing it for decades. You should have been getting it all this time, but you didn't, and now you have to get it. So if you don't get it, you're gonna die, Dad. That's just all there is to it. You know, I hate to. No way I can sugarcoat it for you. But you gotta get it because they went in your top and they couldn't find out what was wrong, so they gotta go in your bottom. I know you're feeling confused and stuff, but know that you know, we do it out of love. They're professionals, and I'm sure they've done it a million times. They'd rather not have to do it themselves. I'm sure. But you gotta get it, Dad. So please listen to Rachel. You're stressing Rachel out. You know, I don't know if you'll be able to see this video or not, but you gotta get, you know, you gotta get done what you got done, which is what you told me. Was you gonna listen to the doctors? Last time I talked to you, the doctor tell you to do something, you're gonna do it. So now it's time to do it, and to save your life, because your life is important, more important than not getting a colonoscopy. So I know you're not in a good mood, but it's the best way to get. If you don't, you're just gonna either end up right in the hospital again, in worse shape, or you're just gonna be dead. And that's just all there's to it. So, but that's all for today, guys. You know, if you're old, man, get your medical treatment. Don't be a butthole to your kids and doctors and stuff. It was gonna happen sooner or later. Get it done. You know, my dad, you got a new grandbaby on the way in February. We want you to be around to meet him. So if there was any reason why you need to do this procedure, that's the number one. At least in my mind, we want you to be around, but there's only one way to do it, and that's to get the medical treatment that you need to save your life. So that's all for today, guys. You know, be safe on this Thanksgiving holiday. You know, I'll be working all weekend, so don't go visit family if you don't have to. You know, if you're not dying or in a hospital, you know, don't do it. Things are still pretty dangerous right now, more dangerous than they've ever been. You know, and that's my update on my mental health this week. Feeling the heat, but we're gonna get through. So that's all for today, guys. Lash out.